Toward the beginning of the Maggid section, we have, after retelling about the story of Avraham Avinu and Yitzchak and Yaakov, the beginning of Jewish history, we have that classic section where we raise up the cup, cover the matzahs, V'hi sha'amda. This is what has stood for us and our forefathers, that in every generation they've tried to destroy us. But Kadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu miyadam, and Kadosh Baruch Hu saves us from all the enemies that try to destroy us. We put the cup down, we uncover the matzahs, and now is when the real essence of the story begins. And this begins with the famous statement of Say Ulamad, go out and learn. And it's at this section that we begin to talk about the psukim that the farmer said, the Arami Oved Avi, when he brought the Bikurim, the first fruits, to the Kohen, to Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Beis Hamikdash. And it's these psukim that are explicated, and these are the psukim that we need to speak about and to go and learn in order to really describe the experience of what it was like to be enslaved in Egypt. As an introduction to this section, almost as a bridge between V'hi sha'amda and Vayered Yaakov, and Yaakov went down to Mitzrayim, Anus al pi hadibur, we have the following paragraph, and it's this paragraph that I'd like to try, Mirz Hashem, to learn together today. Say Ulamad, source 1, go out and learn what Lavan the Aramean attempted to do to our father Yaakov. For Paro decreed only against the males, right? Paro said, let all the males, the boys be thrown into the river. Paro decreed only against the males. The Lavan bikesh lakor takol. Lavan attempted to uproot everything, as it says. And now we begin the pasuk, starting from the Ma'aseh Bikurim, Arami Oved Avi Vayered Mitzrayim. And Aramean attempted to destroy my father, and then he descended to Egypt. Now, who this Arami is, and that the Hagaddah assumes that it's Lavan, is a question for its own shiur, for its own right, not our question for today, albeit we are aware of this question, who is the Arami. I want to focus in on the phrase that we do have, which is clear in front of us, that there is a difference between Paro and Lavan. Lavan bikesh lakor et hakol. Lavan tried to destroy everything. Why do we even need to have this section? What is this section doing here? So as Rashi notes in source 2, what is the connection between Lavan threatening encounter with Yaakov Avinu and the latter's descent to Egypt decades later? Rashi says, an Aramean attempted to destroy my father, and there were others who tried to annihilate us as well, such as Paro in Egypt, and then we go through the story with Paro in Egypt. Because we are struggling with what is this idea here of Lavan bikesh lakor takol. We need to understand, why does the Hagaddah even bring Lavan here? What is it necessary? Right? Why Lavan, not Esav? What is this figure of Lavan doing in the Seder right now? And perhaps the central question is, the Lavan bikesh lakor takol, and Lavan tried to destroy us entirely. Right? Arami Oved Avi, assuming Arami is Lavan. Where in the Chumash do we find that Lavan tried to destroy us? Where do you find in the Chumash even a reference to this fact that the Hagaddah seems to take as a fact? Lavan tried to destroy Yaakov completely. Where? How do we know this? So that will be our central question of today. So we're going to be dealing with two issues. Why is this here? And where do we find that Lavan has destroyed us? And perhaps more importantly, for us, what lessons do we learn from Lavan? So just to get a sense, very, very briefly, of our first question, what is Lavan doing here? So the Leket Pnei Kodesh, Bel's Hagaddah, explains in source 3 that Ikar Kol Davar Hi Bereshito. The main essence of anything is its Reshit, is its beginning. Lavan was the first one who tried to destroy us, and again, how we'll see soon, Mirz Hashem, as a nation. And therefore we bring Lavan down because he is the model of an individual trying to destroy the nation of Israel. He was the first. The Galus of Mitzrayim was a result of what he tried to do. And therefore all the Golios and all the difficulties that we have really stem from the Reishi, from the one who began to try to destroy us, being Lavan. The Drash Mordechai of Druk in source 4 notes that Lavan was even, you would think that Lavan is even worse than Paro. But he said it's not so clear, because Lavan really tried to destroy everybody, but Paro knew you can't destroy all the Jews. So let me at least try to destroy the boy. If I destroy half of them, then I might have at least some chance of success. So what we're talking about here is individuals who tried to either entirely annihilate us, or Paro who's even worse. He knew that you can't entirely annihilate the Jews. Let's annihilate part of them. And that's perhaps even more dangerous because he perhaps could be successful. The final idea is the Gdolei Torah Tamusar, Rav Chaskel Levenstein in source 6 notes that when we talk about the Hisha Amda, and they try to destroy us in every generation, before we even go down to Paro, we have a